So this is from Dan Venditelli, a.k.a.
Danny.
Dan the Man, a.k.a.
Danny,
Rookie
baby.
Dan, a.k.a. Big Dan. Like,
Yeah, I know
don't
Dan.
even need
Dan's
an
good to people.
introduction. So he wants to know basically, and you've kind of already answered some of this, but he wants to know if our current coaching staff is kind of where Babcock left off. Is he stuck right there in the shadows of Babcock's glory days? Can he live up to the Detroit hype?
See, Babcock hasn't coached here since 2015. I think that the era of Babcock, look, I think he was the winningest coach. I think he surpassed Jack Adams in terms of how the winning the coach was, as for the Red Wings franchise. But another thing, I think the Babcock era, that was the late Ken Holland era, and that was marked by bringing in bad free agents, bad rentals, sacrificing the future. Like one example I can think of, they traded Calle Yarncrack. Now, Calle Yarncrack's been a serviceable bottom six center in the league for a decade, and we traded him for like 2 months of David Legwand, who stinks. But think of all like just the dog crap free agents we brought in here. It was I think that era was more noted by Ken Holland. Mike Babcock's one of those guys. He kind of had but look at, he goes over to Toronto, and there's all this controversy. They basically chase him out of Toronto. So, but Mike Babcock's legacy,
they did not like him there. But they
didn't like him there.
When they got him. They were like,
they loved when they got him. They were talking
we
shit.
got Babcock.
Yeah, they were talking some serious shit. But but Mike Babcock era, it was, and he had some really archaic views about player injuries and stuff like that, concussion protocol and whatnot. But to say they're stuck in the Babcock era, I don't believe that. That's an interesting question. I gotta believe like the era of Mike Babcock kind of ended. You could kind of say Jeff Blashill kept continuing it for the last few years. When the Wings were just like nosediving, and the last gasp of like relevance was under Mike Babcock. When they won, they got to the second round and lost in 7 games to the Chicago Blackhawks that year, and that's one of those things. But the stink of Babcock is gone. I'd say that whose shadow they're playing under right now. That's an interesting question, because I say the Babcock's influence just isn't really there anymore. We've had 1, 2, 3 coaches since then. This is Stevie Y's show now, and
so let me ask you this. I misread something that he put in here, and it's a good perspective.
Okay.
This new generation of fans, Tom, he wants to know, did they even give a shit who Stevie Y is?
No, I thought you said I was all right, Spider.
No, you ain't all right, Spider. You got a lot of fucking problems.
No, I thought you said you were all right.